Baron Kreisel ascended his raised platform, draped in dark crimson armor, his voice booming across the hall. People of Zirl, today I present our human guest with a gift. A token of friendship from our noble house to his primitive tribe. Laughter spread through the crowd before he even revealed what the gift was. My stomach dropped. 2 guards wheeled Ferali's love chair forward. Oh no! The Baron spread his arms wide. I present to you my daughter. Gasps, then cackles erupted. He wasn't giving me a gift. He was getting rid of her, making a spectacle of her, throwing her at a human as a joke. She requires care, feeding, lifting, he said mockingly. But perhaps even a human can find amusement in such a fragile creature. Ferali's eyes widened, just barely, but enough for me to see the hurt. She looked at the ground, as if trying to make herself smaller. I stepped forward before the Baron could say another word. I accept. The hall went silent. The Baron blinked, confused. You what? I accept her, I said louder. With gratitude. She'll stay with me from this moment on. Whispers swept the room. Why would a human take her? Was this another joke? Was he insane? I placed a gentle hand on the side of her chair. She flinched, not expecting kindness. I'll take care of you, I whispered. For the first time, she looked up at me. Her eyes, pale silver, were full of disbelief. The Baron waved dismissively. Fine. The human takes her. Let him deal with the broken thing. But it wasn't a joke to me. And I could see in Ferali's trembling hands. It wasn't a joke to her either. Finding her voice. My home on the outskirts of the city wasn't much, but it was quiet, safe, far from the eyes that judged her every breath. Ferali barely spoke for the first few days. She apologized constantly. She refused help until she physically couldn't do something alone. She cried silently when she thought I couldn't hear. They had convinced her she was worthless. I wasn't going to let that stand. Every morning, I helped her stretch stiff muscles. Gently, patiently. At first, she treated it like a burden, her body, her existence, but gradually she began asking questions. You don't mind helping me? Nope. Doesn't it tire you? A bit, but worth it. Why? Because you deserve it. She always fell silent at that. But the silence was different now. Thoughtful, warm. I built small assist mechs for her hands to practice gripping. I customized her love chair for easier movement. I read alien anatomy manuals until my eyes hurt, and together we figured out ways to strengthen what still worked in her body. Every day she improved. And every day she smiled a little more. One afternoon, while she practiced moving her hands across a hollow slate, she whispered, No one ever told me I wasn't a burden. I set down the tools I was working with. You're not a burden, Ferali. You're someone who never got a chance. She looked up at me, eyes shining. Thank you, James. That was the first time she said my name. The breakthrough. Weeks passed. Her arms grew stronger. Her posture straighter. Her voice firmer. But the biggest moment came late one night. I had stepped away to cook when I heard something fall. A thud, not loud, but heavy. Ferali. I called out. No answer. I ran down the hall and froze. She was on the floor beside her love chair. But she wasn't hurt. She was trying to push herself up. Her arms strained. Her hands shook. Sweat glistened on her temples. Ferali, let me help. No, she gasped. I have to try. She pushed harder. Her arms trembled violently. And slowly, inch by inch, she lifted her torso off the floor. Her arms locked. Her chest rose. And she held herself up. For the first time in her life. Tears streamed down her cheeks, mixing with sweat. James, I did it. I knelt beside her, heart pounding with pride. You did. She laughed, a sound I'd never heard from her before.
Full, bright, alive.
I helped her back onto the chair, but this time, she lifted herself the last few inches on her own. Her eyes sparkled. I want to get stronger. You will, I promised. We'll do it together. The Baron returns. Word eventually reached the Baron his gift was improving. He arrived unannounced, storming into my home with a squad of guards.
Where is she? He demanded.
Ferrali wheeled forward on her upgraded chair, posture confident. The Baron scoffed. You still hide behind machines. Still useless. But Ferrali did something unimaginable. She slowly raised herself using the chair's arm supports. Her arms shook, but held. I am not useless, she said quietly. The Baron's expression cracked. A flicker. Shock, maybe even fear. How? I worked, she said. Because he believed in me. The Baron glanced at me, then back at her. Humph. You'll never be a warrior. No, she agreed. But I can be something else. The Baron frowned. Such as? She lifted her chin. Free. Those words hit harder than any weapon. My heart swelled with pride. The Baron, unable to process her defiance, finally growled. Do what you want. She is no daughter of mine. He turned and left without another word. Ferrali didn't cry this time. She watched him go, shoulders steady. When the door closed, she whispered, It doesn't hurt as much as I thought. I placed a hand on her shoulder. You're not alone anymore. Ending her new life. Months passed, and Ferrali continued to grow. She learned human engineering from me. I learned alien sciences from her. Together, we created exosupports that let her stand for minutes at a time, then walk a few steps. One evening, as she walked 3 steps toward me, unsupported, she collapsed into my arms laughing. I never thought I'd do this, she said breathlessly. You earned every step. She looked at me with those silver eyes, soft and full of something deeper. James, can I stay with you? Not because I need you, but because I want to. My chest tightened. You never had to ask. Her smile glowed brighter than the stars outside our window. Ferrali wasn't the broken girl the galaxy mocked anymore. She was the strongest person I'd ever met, not because she could walk, but because she had learned to believe in herself. And all she had needed was one person to choose her when everyone else turned away.